Good morning. So many times we want to feel something before we believe it. That's not the way the Bible works. What is faith? Faith is believing what God says about himself, what God says about us, what God says about his son, what God says about everything. It's simply believing in the character of God, that he cannot lie and he's not going to mislead you. Philippians chapter 1 verse 6 says this: being confident of this very thing, that he who has begun a good work in you will complete it until the day of Jesus Christ. Now I want you to wrap your head around that for just a minute with what I just said, because so many times I think we live on secondhand testimonies. We listen to somebody who we categorize as a superstar spiritually. Oh yeah, it works for them. Yeah, that's a preacher. That's this guy. I mean, he all this kind of things. But you discount yourself immediately, and you get all fired up and say, maybe because that was so powerful, that testimony, maybe I might be able to do that. But you do it on the basis of feeling. You do it on the basis of the feeling that you got emotionally moved about something. But it wasn't done on the basis of theology, fact. Faith versus feelings. Fact, faith, feelings. Not the reverse. We don't feel it, and then we have faith, and then we consider it a fact. That's exactly the opposite. You know what this means? This verse means that God has begun something in you. He's never going to stop. Nothing can stop it from finishing it. Your sin cannot stop it. Death, it cannot stop it, cannot prevent it. You'll get it done before you die. Bad health, whatever it would be, the devil, hell, demons, doesn't matter. The flesh. He said, who's begun it? He's not going to stop it until he finishes it. Now that ought to do something for you today in your heart, to realize so many times I feel like, well, I've blown it. I don't blame God. I don't blame he just goes and gets somebody else, because they're a much better Christian than I am. I mean, look at my life. I mean, look at what's happened. I mean, I failed him then, and then I told him I wouldn't fail him, and then I failed him again. I told him I wouldn't fail him, and I failed him again. And I don't expect him to answer my prayers. You know what you're doing? You're saying on the standards of what you would do. So you've attributed to God the way you would treat somebody if they lied to you 3 or 4 times, or many, many times, and promised you many, many things. You would say, no, I'm done. But God's not us. God's not man. He says I'm not man. One of the greatest things about God is that God's got a plan. And he's merciful, and he's love. Yes, he's just, but his love is so powerful. He doesn't delight in sending the wicked to hell. He delights in love. He delights in mercy. And the Bible tells us that over and over. He wants to give to us out of his mercy and out of his love. And so I just want you today to realize that he's begun something in me that he's going to finish. And I am in this with God until the end. We're going to see it together. I don't know if you saw the movie way back a long time ago, Backdraft, of Kurt Russell. You remember when he was holding on to a fireman and he kept saying, if you go, I go. If you go, I go. If you go, I go. You've been placed in Christ, and he is victorious over Satan. He is victorious over the flesh. He's victorious over death and hell and anything that could stand in your way. You're in him. There's no way he will abandon you, and there's no way you can lose. He will never forsake you. Have a great day. God bless you.